Welcome to the One Heart Podcast. I'm Noah Davis, and this is sponsored to you by the One Heart Insurance Group. Have you ever seen a family that could not even see the body of a loved one? See, remember I always talk to you about chaos, confusion, and conflict. Well, you might have a situation where a family member is the beneficiary of a life insurance policy. Why I always tell people to make sure they know who they are making the beneficiary of their life insurance policy. Make sure they know who that is. Because in this situation, the person got the money. They did not use it for the funeral costs. They did not use it for the burial costs. They did not even use it for cremation. As a matter of fact, they disappeared with it. So now you have the remainder of the family sitting there and they can't get the body from the morgue at the hospital. They can't have a viewing. They can't do anything because they don't have funds. And this was a situation where the person had life insurance. So make sure you know who your beneficiary is and make sure it is a responsible party so that your family don't have to deal with this. Now, I want to transition into talking about the different types of life insurance. You know, in the previous podcast, I talked about whole life insurance and the different types of whole life insurance. See, people look at it and they don't understand that even within those three types, I talked about whole life, term life, and universal life. And within those three types, there are even subtypes of those three types. So I talked about whole life in a different podcast, so please go look at that podcast. But today, I want to talk about term life. Now, there are some scholars of life insurance. They will tell you that term life is the way to go. They'll say, look, buy term and invest the difference because that's the best thing to do. And I agree with them because guess what? When you do that, it works 100% of the time. But now, let me just share with you the problems that could come with that and why you may need to reconsider on what you do. Because basically, only about 1% of the population is going to actually buy the term insurance and then go and actually invest the difference. So what happens is that they may have great intentions and they may go ahead and start out buying the term insurance and invest the difference. But later on, they have an emergency and they haven't set up an emergency fund. And then something comes up, they have to take the money out of their investment and they don't start it up again. Those types of things happen, and then the end of their term comes. So now, when we talk about the end of term, life insurance could be something as simple as a 1-year term policy, which means that at the end of 1 year, you can either renew that policy or the policy goes away. You can have a 5-year renewable term. That's one of the more popular ones. When you look at some of the TV commercials and some of the companies out there, they offer a 5-year term policy, which means that it's popular because the price goes up every 5 years. So with term, the price does not stay level like in the previous I talked about with whole life. Term, the price is going to stay level for a period of time and then it's going to go up. So whatever that term is, it could be a 1-year term, could be a 5-year term, could be a 10-year term, 15, 20-year. Some companies even offer a 30-year term. But just know that those policies, whatever that level term is, it's going to stay level for that period of time. And then after that time, the price is going to go up. Now, the price is going to go up. Now, but the price is not based on the age that you took it out, which may have been 25 years old. And if it's, let's say it's a 20-year policy, so now you're 45 years old. Now the new price is going to be based on your age of 45, not 25 when you first purchased that. So you have to understand that and when you're buying it. So now, you remember I told you that there is no bad life insurance. There's no, good or bad, but you really need to understand what it is. So understand why would you want to buy a term policy? Because, it's going to go up. So why would I want a term policy and it's going to end, it's going to, at some point I'm not going to have life insurance because at some point the term life insurance policy is going to literally end, okay? Depend upon the company. Some companies is 65, some companies is 70, some companies is 80. and so on. So you have to understand that. So at the end of that term, you no longer have life insurance when you hit that magical age. So now, why would I want to have term life insurance? The reason that you might want to have term life insurance if you have a specific need. And that need could be you have young children who have to grow up and you are the sole provider for that family. So you want to make sure that there's money there in the event of your early demise, that there's money there to take care of that family if something were to happen to you. You may want to make sure that they can still go to college. You want to make sure all the things that you plan for them can still happen. In the other instance, you may have a mortgage. So you still want to make sure that your family can stay in the house or your wife can stay in the house and that she can have the money there to take care of the mortgage and those kinds of things. Now, I always joke with clients and I said, see, now she can take the money and invest it and get the money, the interest off the money. Now she's just replaced you and you don't even have to be there anymore, so she don't have to worry with you. Says something that simple. But I want to really help you understand term life can be a great benefit in those types of situations. So don't let people tell you that you don't need term insurance or you don't need whole life insurance, because you really need someone to really sit down with you and educate you on the basic needs of life insurance when you have it. So that's my talk for the day. Hey, I'm Noah Davis with the One Heart Minute. Don't forget chaos, confusion, and conflict. I'm here to help you. Come talk to me. Call me up. I want to help you avoid it. Thanks.